Tears of joy. So Bumblebee is directed by Travis Knight and stars Hailee Steinfeld as Charlie Watson, who after one night discovers a mysterious Volkswagen bug that shows up in a local repair shop. She takes it home and gets it for her 18th birthday. However, after some tampering, she realizes that this Bumblebee character is more than meets the eye, and we see that this Volkswagen Beetle is actually the Transformer known as Bumblebee. Let me just get this clear. This is one of my most anticipated movies of the year. Transformers to me is really special. Transformers to me is something that I grew up with. Transformers to me is something that means a lot to me and is very close to my heart. So much so, I am a complete fanboy of this franchise. You can see the Blu-rays of the current movies behind me. I know these movies are terrible, but I love them. I love these movies so much. So take that into consideration while you watch this review. I am a complete Transformers fanboy, but even with saying that, even though these movies are not very good and I still love them, the fact that I still adore Bumblebee, I think Bumblebee is on another level. Bumblebee is a fantastic film in its own right. First off, Hailee Steinfeld, who is somebody who I really love. I think she's fantastic in this film. This is her best role by far. And I'm not just saying that because, you know, I'm kind of in love with her and all that, but also because I think she did a fantastic job in this movie. You know, the Transformers franchise has always had a bit of a history with really annoying human characters, whether you look at Shia LaBeouf as Sam Witwicky or Mark Wahlberg as the best named character in the history of cinema, Cade Yeager. But the thing is with Hailee Steinfeld as Charlie, she really had this personal edge to her, and you really got to see that while she was dealing with a lot of stuff in this movie, it's actually all shown on screen in a realistic way, to the point where you realise that yes, this character is real. She actually has things going on, and the reason why she goes on this adventure with Bumblebee is very believable, and her performance overall I found incredibly impressive. She has to deal with a lot of emotional stuff in this movie, and what really impressed me above all else is she delivers some really emotional, powerful performances when she's literally acting at nothing on a green screen. I found that very impressive, and I really hope she gets the attention she deserves from this, because like I say, just acting at nothing on a green screen and getting that emotional, I think that's incredibly commendable. And people say that John Cena's in this movie. I didn't see him. John Cena! All jokes aside, John Cena is lovably over the top in this film. He has some incredible lines. Some of the one-liners he comes out with, I was laughing my head off in this movie. My particular favourite being, "There's a door in my way." You get some really funny, over-the-top, ridiculous lines from John Cena, and you can tell he's loving it. He is very much an 80s action star in this film, and I had no problem with that. I think he's brilliant in this movie. He's very self-aware, but definitely entertaining nonetheless. What I really appreciate about this movie, in comparison to these other films, is that it felt very small. It felt very small scale and very personal, and that was something that this movie and this franchise desperately needed. You know, the Transformers franchise is so overblown, it's so big and bombastic, especially when you get to the third act of each respective film. The battles just get bigger and bigger, more CGI, more explosions, it has to get bigger each time. This movie takes it very much back to a very small scale. It's a very small battle inside of one area of a small coastal town, and I think that worked in this movie's favour so well, and it just came across, you know, because this movie wants to tell a more personal tale, so to do the big final battle in this movie as a very smaller scale action set piece really goes hand in hand with that concept. And the sounds in this movie are absolutely beautiful. The transformation noise is very much well implemented in this film. You hear it pretty much every single time a robot transforms in this movie, and it was just sending shivers down my spine. And the most important thing I have to say when it comes to the sound design is when Soundwave shows up. Soundwave was in the trailer, and he's in the Cybertron scenes, and he actually gets to get some dialogue. And when you hear Soundwave speak, it is just a dream come true for any Transformers fan. Just hearing Soundwave's voice, I was just so hyped. Speaking of Cybertron, all the scenes on Cybertron were just a fan's dream come true. Especially for me myself, watching this, I was just lost in it all. I couldn't believe the fact that they have managed to really correctly translate Cybertron onto the screen. I was like, this is beautiful. Seeing the world, the explosions, how damaged and dirty and mechanical the whole thing is. Seeing all the Seekers go out there, you know, which are the Transformers who are the Jets. You get to see all them. You get to see RC in this movie. I was like, this is the best, and I was just so all over it, and I couldn't believe it. Seeing Peter Cullen as Optimus Prime there in his old G1 form. This whole movie is filled with fan service like that. This film is very much inspired by the G1 original designs for the Transformers characters. Bumblebee is a VW bug in this movie, like he was in the original, and it just came across as like this absolute fan service, of just, oh, I couldn't even describe it. I couldn't believe what was going on in this movie. I couldn't believe what my eyes were seeing. You know, just to be here and just see this, it was powerful for me. As you can tell, I adored this movie. I mean, like I say, I'm a complete Transformers fanboy. Even though these movies are terrible, I absolutely love them. But this movie, I genuinely believe, is fantastic. I think this is such a good film. It's such a great adventure film, very much inspired by the likes of E.T. and also The Iron Giant. This film is really fantastic. It's able to really capture the hearts of any Transformers fan. And what was really special to me when watching this movie is that I kid you not, I think I cried on 4 separate occasions watching this film just because of pure joy. I was watching this movie because I've had to suffer for all these years with these movies where, even though I love them, people were just hating on this franchise, and it really was, you know, it was hard to listen to because I love the Transformers so much. So to see this movie actually be good, and to see the positive reception from critics and fans alike, who are all rejoicing for this movie, it's very touching, and I really love that. And again, just seeing all of this stuff actually be good, I got really choked up on it, and I thought it was fantastic. And I got so lost in the story, I got so lost in this movie, because when I typically watch a film, I am basically making like mental notes in my head so that, you know, when I come home I write my notes for these reviews. But for this movie, I didn't do that. I was completely lost. I wasn't thinking about doing this video. I was just completely in the movie. And that's very, very rare. So the fact that this movie was able to do that for me, I think speaks volumes. And this was just an incredible ride, incredibly emotional. It had the touch. So did you guys see Bumblebee? If you did, make sure you tell me all your thoughts about it in the comment section down below. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Let's have a conversation about this movie in the comment section down below. And as always, guys, if you want to see more movie reviews from me, be sure to subscribe. And I hope to see you guys again in my next video.